Let's see. I think we're live. Good morning from Bangkok, guys. If you can hear me, hopefully. We get a Discord and see if anybody's hanging out there. Yeah. Hey, so everybody, welcome to episode 4. And if you were here for episode 3, I started a project called BlinkStory, which was going to be like a local news site, and I wanted to do this before, like a long time ago. Well, for various reasons during the last week, another project of mine, an old one, came up, and I really, really wanted to do it a lot more than I wanted to do BlinkStory, because BlinkStory is honestly a little bit boring. There's nothing kind of new about it. I mean, it's kind of like Twitter, but it's not exactly Twitter, but you know, it does some interesting things, but I'd rather work on this project. So let's talk about the project I am working on this week. And I had to come up with a name for it first, and that was tricky. So let me go to my projects, GitHub. I call it Umdraw because I couldn't come up with a more creative name, and there was a domain available for that. But it means order of magnitude drawing. So basically, my goal was to build an infinite whiteboard. So what does that mean? I'll show you how far I've gotten, and then there's still a lot to do. So we'll work on that today. But in the meanwhile, let's go into the web folder. I've just been running the Python web server for now. So a second, I want to check something else. Hopefully, if anybody's on Discord, can you guys hear me? Is anybody out there? If not, that's fine. I'm just going to assume my audio is okay. There was a weird buzzing problem during one of the episodes, and hopefully that's been taken care of. Okay, let's see here. I want to look up something else here as well. Is there a way to... Yeah, well, let me look this up. Okay. All right, I think I figured it out. Okay, cool. So anyway, so Umdraw. So let's go ahead and run our web server over here. And I'll show you what I've done so far, and then I'll show you what else we got to do, which is quite a bit. So I've only been doing UI stuff at the moment. So did my usual setup, which you saw from the earlier project when I did add Exactly. So I have a local host, umdraw.com, domain setup. And let's see. It's because it's not HTTPS at the moment. It's just HTTP. Because I'm just running the Python web server. And so, port 8000 as well. Okay. And here is Umdraw in all of its glory. So, as you can see, there's not much going on here. We don't have a fab icon yet either. We'll work on. Maybe we'll do that today, because once again, that kind of bugs me. I hate seeing errors over there in the window. I want to try and get rid of those. But okay, so I wanted to deliberately kind of keep the UI to this thing super clean. I haven't figured out exactly where I'm going to put the controls. I'm thinking I'm going to do some floating controls that are just kind of, like semi-transparent, kind of hovering over the edges of the board or something. This dot is for debugging at the moment. I think, like you'll see that if I turn off debugging, yeah, all that stuff goes away. So, but believe me, we're going to want that for now. So we'll keep the debugging on. And all I've implemented so far to actually get stuff into the whiteboard is drag and drop, pretty much. So let's go into, I've gotten some SVG files I found. It's like the free ones on the internet. So SVGs, and they're kind of odd, but like there, like this girl's head. And so that's pretty easy to understand, and you can drag and drop this guy in here or whatever, and some other random icons. I'll give him a barbell in his head or whatever. So far so good, right? And now I'm gonna use my mouse wheel. I'm gonna do a little zooming, right? So I'm gonna zoom it in, I'm zooming out, etc. Right? And that's okay. So what's so special about this? Well, here's what I think is special. So let's zoom in a little more. These are SVGs, right? So these are vector. So I can zoom in a pretty long way. Sorry, excuse me. I can zoom in. Oop, well, that's probably far enough. Let's go and find. Yeah. So there's this guy again. So now let's zoom back out. All right. Oh, okay. Well, so that's kind of cool, right? And then we'll zoom out even further, and this guy, and then ooh. Let's get a bathroom faucet in here, a bathtub. You can't move anything at the moment either. All I'm doing is panning around. You notice I got the hand icon there, and all I'm doing is panning. And I'm going to probably have to upgrade that because that's the built-in browser icon, and that icon looks like it was drawn with the icon editor for Windows 3.5.1 or something. It's like the ugliest icon, ugliest pointer I've ever seen. Well, but anyway, so you see, obviously my goal is to do this forever, so I can just keep zooming in and zooming out. And why is this cool? Well, I just think it's cool. But the other reason I think it's cool is that suppose I'm working on a project and I want to start brainstorming and organizing stuff. I want to be able to like clip stuff and put it on my whiteboard and then zoom in, maybe I can always add more notes. That's why. I mean, I can always add more detail or less detail or whatever just by zooming in and out. Is kind of the idea. So actually, let me show you this too. So let's look for images of pineapples. So this is kind of cool. And I can grab a pineapple, drop a pineapple in there, and I got to work on that placement stuff. Whatever, it's kind of broken, but images are a little harder too because raster, is a problem. You can see this by the level of detail stuff going on here. It will never be quite as beautiful as vector, but you can do the same thing, right? You can zoom in on your pineapple and go find this face, stick this face in there. Well, that's pretty big, but you can still see that. But let's get another pineapple. Oh. Woo! Zoom in deep on this pineapple. Now we'll put a face on it. Deep. And so now you notice I got this face kind of buried in the pineapple. So that is how far I've gotten so far with this project. But obviously there's a lot more to do. There's nothing server side yet, and it's real kind of clunky with the UI. There's a lot of functions we need. I want to be able to put in notes and that sort of thing. And so this is where we're at the moment, and where I want to be is make this not like a fully featured draw program or something, but you should be able to at least draw simple shapes, and you should be able to add text, and you should be able to move things around and rotate them, that sort of thing. So. And it needs to be able to save them to the server, which is a big chunk of work as well. And I'm still kind of figuring out how that's going to work, because I wanted to be sure, basically, like if I'm here on UmDraw and someone else is on UmDraw, if we're in the same place in the world, and this is what you see down here, these world coordinates, right? We should be able to see the same stuff. And if I'm adding new things, and they should be able to see that. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And this is the idea. So let's see where we want to start. I mean, there's nobody. Is there anybody in Discord yet? Anybody listening? If anybody's in Discord, they can tell me what they want to see. Otherwise, I will pick. And what I'm thinking, I want to start with probably, I think I'm going to stick with the UI stuff for a little while. And I want to be able to add notes and things. I was thinking I'm going to start with kind of maybe just like at least post-its or something at that level. Just being able to drop a post-it somewhere. And let's see, in order to do that also, I need to start thinking, like I said, about the UI Chrome. I don't have any idea yet about how to do my menus and that sort of thing. I'm picturing just basically an iconic, like just icon interfaces, maybe just like circular buttons with icons, and maybe even having them collapse. I just really want mostly the focus to be on the whiteboard itself, and I don't want to have a lot of clutter in front of it. So let's see. Well, This pointer really bugs me. If you guys can see that pointer, it's hard to see. That hand icon is just really terrible. It's jaggy and not very pretty. So let's do that first. Let's fix something like that. So let's go find ourselves CSS mouse pointer hand graphics. Let's see. We can find ourselves a better one. Like, that's a pretty looking hand, isn't it? Like, that looks much better. Custom mouse pointer CSS. Let's see what we got about that. And here's an article. The almighty cursor. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't want to run the code pen for that. But you can give it a PNG. Okay, I guess so. Is it really that easy? Pardon me, let's see. So, what is this guy doing? It looks like he's doing his own, let's see. Alright, so yeah, that's what I thought. We can just find a slightly prettier cursor image and replace that. So let's go back to that one I saw a minute ago. Like, this one looks really kind of nice. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Like, I'm kind of liking that. Free license attribution required. Okay. So let's see. Grab that. The way I'm going to attribute this is I tend to collect all this stuff in my, gotta get my editor up. And I've switched to Visual Studio Code and playing with that. So for everybody who's been bugging me to switch to Visual Studio Code, you're welcome. There it is. Sorry, I finished up my cup of coffee. I get this coffee here in Bangkok. It's called Flow Coffee. It's like a local roaster, and they do a really good job. It's very tasty. So that's my everyday thing. So good. All right. Yeah, you know, they never tell you when that's going to happen, where you make that transition into kind of middle-aged or older adult stage where you actually kind of enjoy a nice cup of black coffee. But it has to be good black coffee. Let's put it that way. It's like it can't be kind of sour or anything like that. But I can genuinely say I enjoy a cup of black coffee in the morning. So that means I'm old, but it's okay. Sorry about this. I should have probably run Visual Studio earlier in this account. I use a different account for recording, so I don't have to keep changing my settings all the time. Well, okay, well, we'll roll with it, I guess. Oh, wait, I have to sign in? All right, fine, I'll sign in. Yep. Okay, get the two-factor authentication going. Remember, you always use your two-factor authentication, guys. It's a lifesaver. Yeah. It's kind of like flossing, you know. It's like, doesn't feel like there's an immediate reward, but in the long run, you'll be happy you did it. Let's see. Okay. And am I in? I always feel like that scene in Sneakers or something. It's like, I'm in. I did it. Okay, so now, well, actually, I'm gonna have to create a new project. All right. And this is not what I want. Let's not do any of that. Let's just continue. let's continue without code. Okay, there we go. So now let's where's my project stuff? This is actually, is this a different version that I have been running? Let's see. Feels like a different, completely different version of Visual Studio Code than I've been running in my other account. So, where do I add? Where do I add folders to my repo, or to my project? So it's something. I wish there was somebody in chat to yell at me about this, because they're like, "Oh, it's easy, just do this." Let's see. That's a Solution Explorer. Yeah. Let's see here. Don't need all that. New project. Okay, fine. Let's see here. I don't want to do it that way. Open, folder. Let's do it that way. That's probably what I want to do. All right, so let's go into projects, GitHub, and go into Umdraw. All right, now we've got something, right? Come on, you can do it, Visual Studio. That's not what I want at all. All right, well, let's view my where's my actual folders and stuff? I just want to see that. Okay. Nothing is ever easy. Even using your editor can be a pain sometimes. I don't want any of that stuff. Am I in the wrong thing? I wanted Visual Studio Code. That's what I'm running full Visual Studio. I'm an idiot. All right, guys, never mind. That was bullshit. Sorry about that. Bad language, but Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is what I want to be running. Do I not even have it on this account? Okay, that's why everything was way too much. I'm like, that's way too much. All right. Visual Studio Code. This is what we're looking for here. Yep, the download was so fast I didn't even see it happening. All right, here we go. Yeah, Visual Studio is a bloated monster that I do not want. So, yeah. Visual Studio Code, on the other hand, I can deal with. All right. And now this will be much easier. Let's go with dark. I usually go with dark. The dark scheme, or do I want dark high contrast? Well, let's go with dark high contrast. Probably easier for you guys to see. So, all right. And let's get ready to get started. And let's, I'm going to get this thing up. And now this would be more familiar. Let's add a folder to the workspace. Projects. Go to Umdraw. Boom. Where's your Umdraw at? Right there. I do trust them. It's me. I'm the one. So I do trust myself. Okay, let's see here. So, all right. So now deal with that cursor thing. So we had. I was going to grab these cursors. Let's see what I got. Let's double check the license language because Okay. Attributed. Yep. Attributed macro free pick. Okay. Okay. All right. So. All right. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to put it into my README because this is where I'm putting all this kind of stuff right now. And I will later put this in the credits page or something like that, but I'm going to put it in the README for now. That's how we'll track it. It's an EPS file? Okay. Let's open it with Affinity Designer. So this is kind of a DIY mouse pointer. You know, once again, I haven't really messed with custom mouse pointers before, so I guess it's okay. So what have I got here? Yeah, there's a hand. So let's export this bad boy. So let's see. Custom mouse pointer image. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's see. What? Curve format, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's like you're an archaeologist when you're going through Stack Overflow sometimes, trying to figure out what's the truth now. Oh, that's the hotspot. Okay, that's how you get the hotspot in there. Okay, very cool, I guess. Right. Yep. Okay, that will do it then. And what's the auto? What's that last thing? So 32 by 32-ish or so is what it's asking for. So let's sorry about that. Let's go ahead and we're going to export this guy. But the problem is he's not really the hand that I wanted. After all that, I'm sorry guys, but I want the move hand. I don't want that pointer hand. So sorry, yeah, exit, forget all that. Yeah, let's go find a better hand. So key back on the search. CSS mouse. Let's look for premium images, move hand. Let's see. I want to drag cursor. Okay, that looks kind of good. Drag cursor, maybe. Which one looks better? All right. Which one of these do we like? This one looks like the hand is open. I kind of like that one better. Let's see. Icon Finder. See, I've never heard of this place before. Commercially, no attribution required. Add to cart. Spend $2 for this icon. Fine. Let's see. All right. Well, let's see. We can go ahead and sign in. Give them their $2. Yeah. Okay. Well. I guess is that terms of service. That's how hard everything is. It's like this is long. Okay, service eligibility, property rights. So much. Okay, let's see. Okay, Rich. Okay, fine, close enough. No, do not. This is a negative pattern too. I hate that where they try and trick you into doing that. Okay. So now let's go into our cart. Boom. And check out. And let's see. Fine. Prepay $5. Okay. And I'll use PayPal because PayPal is much easier for me. Plus, it's easier to shut these guys down later if they get froggy with me. I need to put all this in here. Okay. Sorry, hold on a second. Let's get this going. Okay. Now let's see if we can check out PayPal. I'm going to show you guys again. Thai PayPal. Gotta love it, man. It's like, I didn't really have it in English, though. Wonder if I can even read that in Thai. What does it say? It's like, cham re ngun, cham re ngun. So I think re ngun means transfer money. Ngun means money for sure. Anyway, I don't care about all that. But let's see. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. Do the old two-factor authentication. Now, give these guys $5. We may have to find another cursor while we're there then. We'll see. Okay. And we got our assets. Let's download it. Boom. Wow. Well, let's see. So let's get it in 32 pixel format in PNG. And as long as we're there, since I paid for it, let's download it as an SVG as well, just in case I want to do something about that. Okay, cool. Now as long as we're in there, let's go in here and say, let's see, a move icon. Let's see what you got in the move icon department. You got a pretty looking move icon that goes with that hand, or sorry about that cough in there. Actually, can I find it from the collection that I'm already in? Okay. I guess these are icons that are supposed to kind of fit with it or something. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't really see a... yeah, well, is that move? No, that's compact. Oh, okay. Why is it a different color? That's peculiar. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and buy this one too, as long as we're there. Boom. Yep. So now we got ourselves a move icon as well. So let's download that thing as a PNG file. Actually, SVG file, right? Okay. So now, let's see what we got. How big is this thing anyway? Pretty big. All right. So, in here I should have what I want, which is, all right. So now let's go into your project folder. Okay. And actually, just to remind myself of what I've done, I'm going to go ahead and grab this and put it in my README file. All right. Let's see. If I click this button, will I get that? Yeah, I will, I think. Yeah, I'm going to get that there. Okay, cool. Okay, so now back into Umdraw, and I'm going to go ahead and put these in their own special place. So I've got, I don't have an images folder, but I'm going to create a, why not, pointers. I'm going to create a pointers folder, and we'll put them in there. So this guy. So let's see. Move pointer. All right. Oh, actually, this is the pan pointer. This is the pan pointer. Sorry. if I can see my preview window. Yep. That's the one right there. Okay. And it's 32 by 32, right? So that should be good. And as long as we're here, let's go grab, actually, that's the wrong place. And let's grab, yeah, whoop. This is the move pointer. Okay. All right. So why does that look weird? Oh, well, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. And I do want to save those. This is like, you know, even though this seems like a lot of extra work, but I do want to save these SVG files in case I have a need for them later. So let's grab those and put them somewhere. Remember we have let's create a design folder and we'll stick them in there. So just create a new assets folder. How about that? All right. Okay, so now, after all that, the trick with being a programmer is I've just pushed 10 things on the stack, right? And so now we got to pop them all off. So let's go back to where we were. We were originally trying to add a custom pointer. And the place to add that actually is in here. Because if you look, there's a hand pointer. What is it called? Let's see. Somewhere in here I have a pointer property. Cursor, maybe. Yep, cursor. The grab cursor right here, right? Okay, so this is when we're in mode. We're in pan mode. Okay, this is the cursor I'm displaying. So now let's go back to this guy. So URL is going to be, and we go from pointers, move, what did I call it, move pointer? Move pointer. Pointers, move pointer PNG, and the hotspot. If it's 32 by 32, then we'll just give it 16. Actually, probably 15 by 15, right? And what is that auto property? Got to look that up too. I could just copy it. Here's the thing. You can copy and paste stuff, or you can copy things from Stack Overflow, but you really want to understand what you're copying. So don't just blindly copy that over there. It's like, what does that mean? So cursor property. And let's go look at Mozilla because they're the ones who really know what they're talking about. Okay, auto and pointer. So what does that mean? URL XY. Yep. Okay, and keyword. Auto. Oh, okay. Pointer progress rate. Oh, okay, so I can fall back to, okay, fall back to grab. I think, right? Grab, right? Yeah, so that's cool. So I can have a fallback. All right, so that's good. We looked it up. So if I can't for some reason load that pointer, then we'll get the grab pointer, which is no worse than we are now. So this is kind of a cool thing to do. Is like when you're enhancing your app, if at all possible, don't make it worse than it was before. So like now, you know, I have my I have this here, I have this behavior, but did I save that? I thought I did. Whoop. All right. And it didn't change it, dang. Oh, it didn't. Well, no, that's the fav icon. So, why didn't my cursor thing work at all? Let's take a look. So for this thing, oh, it's still loading the wrong thing. So let's, oh, I know why, I bet. Let's take a quick look at my settings here and say, did I disable caching? Disable cache while DevTools is open. This is a killer setting if you guys have never seen this before. But when you're doing this web development stuff, your browser is going to cache a bunch of stuff that you really don't want it to. So if you click that option, it will not cache while we're developing, which is super handy. And so that's huge. That's the wrong pointer too. So did I get the wrong? I wanted pan, right? The pan pointer. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Pan pointer. How about that? So that's a beefy pointer. It's a little too big. Let's go with a smaller version of that. I think that's just too much. Yeah. Yeah, that's like excessive. So we can fix that easily enough, I guess. Back over here. Also download the right one. Let's download the... How small do we go? Let's see. What? And this is why the AIs haven't taken over the world yet. Okay. Okay. Okay, still not super helpful. Well, I'm looking at the mouse right here, so let's do this. Can I do that? Actually, I don't think it'll capture the pointer if I do that anyway, but... Yeah, it's like just looking at it, eyeballing that. I don't think it's 16, so let's try. Is it 20 or 24? Which one do you think? Let's try 24 pixels. And then that means we're also going to need to grab the other one. So let's go look at my other stuff. That is not what I wanted. I want it in 24 pixels. Okay, there we go. Okay. Folder. Okay. So let's copy that over here. Right? No, not there. Not there. Although I will want to put it there eventually. Do I not have one anymore? Okay. GitHub. Server. Okay. So, copy this in here. And call that pan pointer. Okay. Yeah, that's not as beefy as it was before. It doesn't look jarringly big, so I think it's going to be okay. So we'll roll with that. It's a little dark, but it's okay. I kind of want it to look like not quite like the normal pointer. So, okay. And then so just for consistency, let's grab that other one I downloaded. Put it inside of an archive for whatever reason. Okay. Yes. Wait, no, hold on. This is foreshadowing. We're going to want this one later. So, okay. So hopefully, did I get the dimensions right? 24 by 24. Yes. Okay. So now we're cool. All right. So now we have our cool new hand pointer that doesn't look like a relic from 1997 or whatever. Okay. One of the other reasons I wanted to do that was since I now have the SVG for that, I can sorry, I can use that for my mode icon. So I've already implemented kind of a mode system here. So you'll notice when we're in mode pan, that affects the pointer, that affects actually everything. That affects how the app behaves when you're clicking and dragging and stuff. It's based on the mode, right? Oh, I've also implemented a couple other things. I implemented a view. So you notice how I moved the origin here? It's easier to see if you put something in there, obviously. But like, you know, if I put this in here and I change the zoom and do crazy stuff, and I hit escape, it returns to the original, to the view that it started at, right? And you know, I can also, you know, actually, when I add something, I can go back arrow and I can see the previous, you know, I can jump back to the previous view. Anyway, so, but yeah, right now we're in pan mode, I call it, right? So, because we're panning around and we're zoom, it should be technically zoom pan, but we're pan mode, right? So we're able to move the whiteboard around. So that's what's kind of happening logically, is like we're actually sliding the whiteboard around our viewport. And this is our viewport. So yeah, let's take a quick walkthrough of what I've got so far. Is I have this view element, right? And its goal is to provide a view into the whiteboard, right? So it will have an origin, which is in the center there. And just a second here. And it has an origin, and then that also dictates, based on the zoom factor is really important. So the zoom factor is, you know, it starts at par, whatever I call it, like at 0, right? It actually starts at a zoom factor of 0. But the zoom, it's like a three-dimensional coordinate, right? So as I drill down, you know, I'm actually going, you know, kind of think of it as not only are you zooming in, but you're also kind of going deeper into the whiteboard, and then you're also going farther out from the whiteboard, which is going to be important later, I think, because right now there's no concept of changing Z orders or anything like that. But you know, Z ordering means what's in front of what and what's behind what. Like right now, if I put this here and then I grab another face and I dump it on top, right? There's no way to see that old art. It's gone forever. But I have an idea about that. What I think I'm going to do is, as you zoom below something, like when I cross where it's defined, I think it's going to disappear. So that'll be cool. But yep. Well, let's see. I wonder if I should just implement that next, because that would be good to do. That's the cool thing about this project, is there's so many things to do. It's kind of hard to pick what to do next. But once again, if anybody's in the old Discord, nope. But I get to pick myself then. So I got my cool hand icon. I was either going to add a new mode, or I was going to fix up some of the stuff that I've got so far. So let's see. Let's go ahead and start adding some UI stuff, because I do want to add post-its pretty soon. And so to do that, I'm going to need some controls. So I need to start thinking about how controls are going to work. So the way I do a lot of this stuff, you know, this thing here, like this window here, and this little dot in the middle to show me where the middle of the thing is. These are handled as absolutely positioned divs on top of that view, right? So if you look in here, here's the view, the view control, and here's all the specific styling for that. And you'll see inside of it, first of all, this thing is position relative, the whole view element, and then all the children are position absolute. So I'm able to locate, you know, the canvas. There's a canvas in here, actually, that's hidden. And right now it doesn't do much. The only reason it exists is because I wanted to draw a grid, but I think it'll be doing more later. The grid is also messed up, so I don't want to talk about that too much. But, you know, you can turn that on and off. So there's a canvas, right? Then there's the grid. Then there's this div where all the items go. So all the items that are added to the world appear, you know, inside that element, right? So if you look in here in the shadow DOM, you can see items right now contains one item. That's this thing here, an item, right? And then the debug window, which is that thing in the bottom left corner, which is showing me things like zoom level and origin and all that kind of stuff, right? And then, and I added this HUD, which is currently only showing a red dot in the very center of the screen so I can see. It was helpful when I was working on some zoom positioning issues and things like that. Immediately just like drop something right in the middle of the page, and it was kind of cool. So, so what I'm going to do now is I need to add like a toolbar. We're going to have to put a toolbar in here and have it on top of the items, I guess, so that we can actually click on them. So, what do we call it? Tools. All right. And let's see. How do I want to handle this? What I was picturing before was kind of a hierarchy of tools that would slide in and out, so it's like basically most of the time it's collapsed, and then you would slide it out and you'd see, all the top level tools so it'd be like, well, let's see, I guess I can do that. You guys can you see my design, my design tools here? So it's like, I was picturing it kind of like, here's the view window, right? And then here's this thing, and it's got the little hand, right? And this is like transparent, right? So this is like really, you can see what's behind it very easily. And if you tap that, then it would be like, and then you can see maybe, your move. My drawing is obviously not great. Yeah, that's beautiful. So move, maybe something for a note when you want to add a note to something, like that. So yeah, you would click there, you'd see all these tools, and you could pick a tool or a mode or whatever, and then it would collapse back in. So that's kind of what I'm picturing that I want to do for this. So let's go back to the screen. Yeah, and so I want, let's see. I'm just trying to think of what I want to do for the markup for this. So I think I'm going to make should I make a custom toolbar? Like a custom toolbar element? Why not? Okay. Tools. Okay, so now I got to make a new component. So let's go up here and create ourselves a new. Okay, so this is my root element. So we got all this stuff here. Let's create a new one for tools. You guessed wrong, my friend. Okay. And give it a slot. Script. What did I call that? Item, right? Element. Okay. And so that will basically, good thing about doing this is I can put all the behaviors for like the slide in, slide out, and all that. I can hide it in this custom element here, so I don't have to put it anywhere else. So and let's give ourselves another element. We'll call it an button. All right. And actually, we'll use a real button element. It's always good to use a real button element because of all the area behaviors and accessibility and everything. So you don't really want to go replacing buttons if you don't have to. I don't actually test area stuff, to be honest, but at least I'm trying. I mean, I know that if I do this as a completely custom element, it will be pretty much inaccessible. So element. All right, there we go. Okay. Now, let's go down to our view. And right, so we got our tools, button, and it's going to be let's see, how do I want to display this? Yeah, I think I'm going to need that. Remember I saved that SVG thing over here in assets or whatever? Yeah, this is an SVG, right? Yeah. Whoop. So I think this one is pan icon, right? Oh. Okay. So now I can grab these guys and put them in a new, I'm going to create a new folder for these guys called SVG, put them in there. Okay, and I think I've actually added expressives. Let's see, do I have X SVG? No, I don't, but I'm going to grab it. I have an SVG component. So what's funny about SVGs is like you can just include the raw SVG code in your page, and it loads and displays and stuff. So I mean, like I could technically just let's grab the SVG actually. So this is the pan icon, right? So technically, I can't just dump that in there like that, right? Let's see what we got so far. Actually, it's not visible because I need to. Number one, tools needs to have a position absolute thing added to it. So let's go ahead and I try and keep. So once again, this is just a little detail, but you'll notice this is the order things appear. That there's first there's a canvas, items, debug, HUD, right? So I try to canvas, items. So now it's canvas, items, tools. So I try and keep these in the same order as those, just because it's just one less thing for you to have to think about. You're always looking for ways to stop having to think about things when you're coding, because it's complicated enough without making it, without adding extra steps that you don't need. So background. Actually, I think I can handle that. I'll handle that in the component, but and left 0, right? And let's go with that for now. Okay, so yep, and there's something up there. We got like a little button up there. I don't know if it's clickable or anything, but see, I can simply include the SVG verbatim, right? But that's kind of messy, and what happens if I change this SVG file later and everything? I don't really want to do that. And so the other option would be I could use an image tag, and I could load it. And I wonder if that isn't just good enough. But here's the other thing. It's like one of the great things about SVGs is that they participate in the DOM, right? I mean, you can go in and you can change their fill styles and their stroke styles, and you can manipulate them with translations and all that kind of stuff. Well, if I do this, I can do image source equals SVG. What did I call it? Pan icon. Okay, so I do that. And it looks exactly the same, right? But now when I right-click on this thing and look at it, here's my HUD. Oh, wait, it did not refresh. Did I not save? I thought I saved. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's the HUD. That's not the tools. Look at tools, the button, right? This button here, right? Let's look at this. So now when I look in here, inside the button, inside the slot, there is just an image tag, right? And that's it. So I can no longer access the pieces of this. Like if I go back to the way it was, okay, now the SVG is here. So when I refresh, now if we look at the button, and now you see I've got the SVG and it's all part of the DOM, and I can do cool stuff with it. I can, go in and, restyle it and change the line widths and colors and all that, if I want to do theming, all that cool stuff. Well, as soon as I add it as an image tag, that's gone, right? So, yeah, like now, all of a sudden, now it's an opaque thing. It's just basically an image tag, and I can't control any of the aspects of it anymore. Let's see, wait, so, yeah. So I don't like that. So to get around that, I created my own component, which loads SVGs into the DOM so I can do stuff with it. So let's go find that real quick. I'm hiding it in one of my other projects. Let me go find that. This is a thing I want to work on eventually, is sharing some of my custom components, because I've got a lot of them. So, and let's go in here. Here, I think it's in here. Yeah, I do actually. Okay. Okay, so this XSVG component. So we'll grab this bad boy. Okay, and we will transplant it into my own expressive module. And I don't, let's see, does it depend on anything in it might actually, but we'll see. So since I had that whole module, it had its own root element type. Let's see what happens here. Now back over here, and I can change my, okay. So now I can say SVG source equals, yep, that's exactly right. Yep. So let's see. Clear element, yeah. That's like a helper method that I created that in this other module, you know. I'll show you what it is. It literally is just that. I wish it was built into the DOM. That'd be nice, but it's not. So, all right. So let's see here. So. Inner text, I think inner HTML equals there, basically. And so now I have a hand, but since the hand is now actually loaded as an SVG, if I go in here and look in my button, right, now I've got this SVG, I've got the actual SVG code in here, and I can apply styles to it and do a bunch of cool stuff with it and scale it and all these kinds of things. So anyway, that's just kind of like, you know, just a thing that I do. So that's how I'm going to include it. Now let's go ahead and style this up a little bit and make it a little bit nicer. So we're going to have to let's go ahead and close that. Where did I put it? Tools. Yep, sorry. Tools. So let's go ahead and display block. So I can set dimensions and things. Padding. Let's give it some. Let's give it a couple rem around there. That's too much. One rem maybe good enough. I think so. Right. And let's see here. What else? We're going to change the pointer whenever we move over something like this. So yeah, we're like, whenever you're clicking on the button, well, the button right now, I'm not even sure if I'm actually clicking the button. That'd be good to know. Let's do this. Let's I wonder actually if I want it to extend. I wonder if I want tools to extend item. Yeah, because actually I think I do, because item. Okay, the way I did it, if you could picture my class hierarchy, it starts with an element, which is just a generic element. And if I have any global things like these zoom to scale functions or get a color by name or any of that kind of stuff, they're helper functions. They all exist in this element class. But then I have the item, and that's like an item within the view, within this view here. And I meant that to be things like, you know, like this is, when I drop this here, this is an SVG item. If you look at this, it's like, where is it? Back up here in items. See, it's an item SVG, right? And so that's where I put things like to instantiate it from an object. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to use this, but okay, so yeah, actually, this is what I want. This property, see this property here, parent view. That's a helper to let me find the the view that's containing the thing. So if, like this toolbar wants to find the view, it can find it through that. So I'm good to go. So we'll go ahead and extend the element, and we'll get that way. Let's go ahead and let's work on the let's get an event handler in there and see if we're actually getting any events. So the thing is, I don't want to put event handlers on each button because that's kind of inefficient. Normally what I like to do is have one handler that handles, all the commands or whatever. So let's go ahead and add event listener. Okay, so this might, we'll see if this works. This might work. There's some funniness about events and how they propagate through the shadow DOM. So to actually find out which button was clicked, I think I need to do this. Well, let's go ahead and do this way, and then I'll show you the problem. But so all right, so we're just going to log the event for now. All right. What happened to my? Oh, I see. Oh, yep, super. Sorry. Yep, we got a call. Okay. So now, if I come in here and I click that button, do I get anything? No. Because the HUD is covering the entire screen. That's why. So let's see. I guess I can just move the HUD down below. Put the HUD down below the tools, I suppose. Or, well, the HUD is actually really part of the debug window, technically, I guess. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to move this up right above items, I guess. Okay, so now we come down here. Okay, well now I'm at least getting something. I'm getting clicks though. But I'm not seeing the click notifications or anything like that, so, but it is actually, yep. At least the pointer's fixed. So let's see. The reason I'm not is why. Tools. I keep saying X tools. Okay. Add event listener. Okay. And so, why am I not getting this button click event? I've been adding this code to each one of my classes to make my life slightly easier. So let's go ahead and do that. Because here's the trick: since these classes basically are all loaded dynamically by the PH framework stuff, it's difficult to get into the debugger for these custom class script tags here. And so the easiest way to handle it, I found, is actually to basically just going to say, hey, we've loaded tools, you know. And so when we go over here now, we got to show all. Got to actually show none of that. That's not what I want. Not default levels. We want to show verbose. Show everything. Okay. Okay. So I'm not seeing my event right. Okay, there we go. But so now I've got my tools, right? So I can go in here. Set a breakpoint there. Okay. Right. This is tools. All right. And then so I at least know my handler is being added or the code's being added. So what I was saying before was there's some weird stuff about bubbling that can come up when you're dealing with the shadow DOM. Let's see here. So that button is slotted, right? So it's technically part of the light DOM. How can I get that click event? Or is it an input event? Is that what I want? Nope. It's funny, as soon as I click, I get the other mouse pointer too. It's kind of weird. We'll have to look into that. All right, so yeah, it's gonna be a long morning. I'm already hungry. I didn't have breakfast this morning, so I'm like, oh, it'll be no problem. I'm like, oh, what time is it? Oh, it's not near noon yet. So okay, so let's go ahead and look at this. So if we do, if I create a let's call this the toolbar or the bar. Let's just call it the bar. Okay. Okay. And now, what if I add an event listener to that? Nope, no luck. No dice, no nothing. Okay. Let's go back in here and check. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I know what's going on. And so, yeah, we will get there in a second. So, okay. I think I know what I've done. So, to do this panning stuff that I'm going to show you something about this real quick. And this is tricky because I'm doing something a little different than you normally end up doing. So, here's some stuff. I'm panning, right? You notice when the hand leaves the window, I'm still panning, right? Now watch, if I release, then it snaps back into place. But if I release while I'm in the window, it stays. And how do I do that? How do I get these events? You know, the pointer's not in the window anymore, right? So I'm using something called mouse capture. So I'm capturing the mouse on this mouse down and pointer down event. I'm capturing it. But in this case, I think the problem is that let's go look at how I did that down here in the view thing here. Okay, so the way I handle that is when there's a pointer down. See, capturing true, right? If we take a look at how that is handled, let's see. Yeah. Bubbling and capturing, right? I think there's actually, well, let's see what the top result looks like. So bubbling, it goes from the bottom up, right? But then for capturing, it goes from the top down, so that actually the parent can intercept things. Okay. So actually, I don't know that, I think I misunderstood what I needed to do, and I think I don't actually need to use the capturing phase. So let's go back into here and see if I broke what I was doing before, because actually there's two things. I misunderstood capturing phase to say I wanted a mouse capture. But see, I'm using set pointer capture to actually capture the mouse. So I think that code was unnecessary. So let's grab this and this, you know. Now you see I still got my capturing behavior, but now do I have a oh well, probably not, because handle pointer and I always capture. Okay. So let's see. That is a problem. Then there's a couple ways to handle this. So I think maybe my problem here was I put the toolbar inside the view, and I think I don't want to do that. Basically, if I leave the view, it's kind of not dumb exactly, but basically its main job is to present the whiteboard and to deal with commands and things like that, right? So what I can do is I can basically pull this toolbar out of the view and put it on top of the view, and then this code will never be run. So let's go ahead and let's look at that. I mean, we can handle that. So we'll grab this, boom, and we'll put this back into here, right? So okay. Now let's go back in here and clean some of these things up. So tools, yeah, so let's grab that. Put this into style now. Okay. Ugh. Okay, give this guy position absolute. And we'll give tools position absolute. Now it's not visible, but we'll work on that in a second. Okay, that was fun. So what do we got? Oh, it's there. Weird. It's just not the right size. For whatever reason. Okay. What did I break when I did that? Okay. Main. Oh, I need to make main. I know what I need to do. Probably I need to make main disposition relative. Right? That didn't do it. Yeah, well, that's correct. Okay, so it's there. Oh, Z ordering. Duh. Okay. Ta-da. So now it's on top again. Very cool. And now you'll notice I'm getting some events, I think, right? Or no, am I? Maybe I'm not. Let's see. Perhaps I'm not getting events, but we'll see about that. Let's go back to the way things were before. And get rid of some of these pointer events. Okay. Whoops. Yep. Oh, I'm getting events. Okay, cool. So now I'm getting my clicks. That's cool. So you see what we did now. So basically I pulled my toolbar out of the view itself, and now it's living in this main div on top of the view, right? So the view can continue to do all of its cool mouse capture, voodoo, and everything, but the event never gets there in this case because I'm clicking it here. So, all right, that's good, and let's fix some of that other stuff. So tools, okay, position absolute, yep, top left. So what I want to do is, like I said, I don't want to get fancy and have to position, like I could do something, you know, on rem here or something, and move the tools over. I guess I could do that. I mean, it's fine. But now I need to do some other, I want to make this look a little bit nicer because it's kind of terrible. So what I want to do first is, okay, so this button. I wonder if I can, oh, maybe this is a good chance to get into a cool thing I would want to try out. Let's see, how far down the road is that? So CSS, CASI. How far down the road is has? Firefox is not loving has yet. Okay. Safari has it. Chrome has it. Yeah, not very well supported yet, but when has comes out, it's going to be totally awesome. It basically lets you style things based on what's inside the things, which is super cool. But I'm not going to use it now because it's not widely supported enough. I like to see all green at least, except for maybe Opera Mini and that kind of stuff. But you know, this is just still too edge to be using. So, what I want to do is I want to style this button based on what's inside it, right? So the cool thing about that is I think, okay, so the way Shadow DOM works is, you know, only the outermost element is visible to the rest of the application, right? So like in this case, my button, this is visible to the rest of the application, and this, well, actually this is too because this is a slotted element, right? But anything else that I add in here, like if I go in and if I put in, let's like put this div in here, let's say Okay, I put in some more markup here, right? So there's some stuff, right? And if I go and inspect this, okay, you'll see that it's all inside the shadow root. So like if I didn't have this open, basically there's a way to say, okay, allow people to inspect my shadow DOM stuff. Basically this would never be visible. You'd never know that there was a p tag there. All you would see is this button, and then you see the SVG contained inside it, right? So this element is considered the host element, right? And now this thing is a slotted element. You'll see that I have this slot in here, and anything that's inside my host element in the source, like if you look over here, right? This SVG element exists inside the host in that slot. So it's actually part of the light DOM. It's not part of the shadow DOM, right? So what you can do is you can actually style stuff based on what's in that slot. So let's see here. I think it's look it up. It's slotted. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, it does do it, but so this lets me style. This isn't exactly what I wanted though. This lets me style my slotted elements, but it doesn't let me select based on those. Because what I wanted to do basically was I wanted the button to be styled differently depending on what's inside it. Like if it's got text inside it, that's one thing. If it's got image inside it, that's another thing. I wanted to make it like a circular button or something. So the short answer is, I guess I can say I could use a class. So let's go ahead and start with our default host stuff here, something like that. Display inline block maybe, and then let's do host, and we'll add a new style called round. Okay, and then we'll do some styling in there in a second. Button, let's do this. I want to get rid of that border for one thing. That border drives me crazy. Okay, get rid of that, and okay, so now we're back to here, right? So what I want to do is, what's it complaining about there? Oh, empty rule sets. Well, it won't be empty for long, my friend. So now, when we have this round thing here, I'm going to make border. And so now let's give it let's see how big we're gonna make it. 0.25 rem maybe. Solid, and then okay, we're gonna have to come up with a color actually. So let's give it we'll create a variable. Here's what I do if I find myself getting bogged down in that. I can go in here and call it, UI stroke. And we'll call it here's a little hack I like in Visual Studio. So like I can come in here and pick yeah, I'm just playing with the opacity on this thing. Actually, well, let's see. I want let's go with black, but gray. Let's get a nice gray color in here. No, actually, I want much lighter. Never mind. Do that. Like 50% opacity, something like that. Okay. Okay. So now we can come back in here and what did I call that? UI stroke. And now, but if we had the has selector, this would be so much nicer. I'll do this first. Let's do this. See if I can get that. Yeah, obviously that border is not beautiful. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna make that a lot darker. Hey, see, I think I actually wanted. Okay, maybe that'll be good enough. And let's do this. Let's fix that border radius. So now it looks kind of wonky, huh? Now let's see. How can I? So as you can see, this is clearly not a circle because this thing in the middle is not round. So the trick with this is, I guess I can just go ahead and I could just hard code in here and say yeah, I mean, that's an option. It'd be nicer if it adapted to what's inside it, but not so much, you know. Now, you notice something else, that SVG is really dark and that the border is not dark. So the cool thing, once again, I think I can style that now, right? Let's see. So stroke. This will probably not work, but I'm going to try it and see what happens. Yeah, that didn't work. But first, there's a couple issues. So with SVGs, number one, the SVG itself can't have its own fill and stuff and stroke defined. So let's go see if this thing has. It's hard to read. Let's go look. All right, let's go see here. Okay, well, it didn't help much. Style. View box, path. Okay, I don't think it actually defined its own stroke rating, which is cool. So we can probably handle this through. Yeah, if it had its own stroke, we'd have to take that out. So let's do this. Oh, so something changed. You guys see that? Right. Oh man, it's hard to see, but it's still not quite right. Like when I put the UI stroke color back in there. It's still too dark, which I'm not sure why that is. Now, I'd love to be able to zoom in and see. Oh, I can zoom in on that if I do it this way. That's cool. Okay, so you can see What happened there? So the stroke, do I need to do the fill too, or something like that? So you'll notice I can't use the control mouse wheel thing on most of this page. I'm trying to do it now. I'm trying to zoom in with control mouse wheel, but I overrode that in my own code to do a special like high-speed zoom. But if I'm over the button, I can do that, so I can see what it looks like. Okay. So let's do. Let's just fill maybe. Oh ho. So we did get it. So what if I do stroke none, something like that, or just leave stroke out of it? Okay. Well, that kind of works. Well, at least works for what I wanted. I mean, okay, here's the other thing. I've picked the worst possible color ever. I mean, gray is not a good UI color, obviously, because it looks like it's disabled. So let's see here. And can I change the stroke width? Yeah, it's not going to let me do that, I don't think. Or is it line width or something like that? Maybe it's called line width, I think. I don't know why I'm doing it over here. I could do it over here, maybe. And that's not it. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Let's see. Let's see here. SVG. Line width. Stroke width. Yeah, that's what I thought. Stroke width. That's what I thought. I thought stroke width was doing it. Oh, wait. I know why. Because, okay, so because I turned off the stroke. So let's do it this way. What if I make it like, what if I do it the other way? And then fill none. Alright, so that looks terrible. There, perfect. So let's see. Yeah, what did they do there? I'm trying to figure out how they constructed this thing. So they just did this path, right? Enable background. I have to look that up, I guess. What is that all about? It sounds like it's not even recommended, so I'm going to go ahead and ditch that. Oh. that had no impact, but let's take a quick look at this in my draw program, just for kicks. Open with Affinity Designer. Once again, I like Affinity a lot. It's way cheaper than Adobe or something like that, and I do not have the skills to maximize my use of Adobe anyway, so So this thing's being filled, so what's up with that? It's like I'm confused. Yeah, like I don't know how they drew this thing. It's really odd. It's like they drew it with they think they closed this path and they filled this path instead of drawing. Yeah, I see what they did. Okay. So this is filled instead of. Okay. So my bottom line is I can't change the width of the stroke, so I'm stuck with it as is. All right, that's okay. Let's do this. I will do this though. I can add a little to it, right? But what if I just tweak it a tiny bit? Still not quite ideal. Yeah, that's not good. Because you notice that it's leaking outside the bounding box here, so it's a problem. And why the two-tone? I'm still not 100% sure about that. Yeah, even at 1 pixel, still not going to work out. Okay, well, back to the old drawing board here. Okay, so then maybe the answer is just make this a little smaller. Wait. Or just 1 pixel. Okay. All right. So then I guess I could beef up the size of that image a little bit, right? Too much. Too much. Okay, well. Yeah. And I can make that border slightly bigger, I guess, right? Okay. And you'll notice it's still a little wonky, but and in fact, I'm going to tweak that right here. And I'm not afraid to put inline styles in here for sure, because why not? So we're going to give it on the top, let's do 1 pixel. Right, let's do 1 pixel, 0, 0. See how it moved slightly? Nice, all right. Actually, it's looking pretty close now. Zoom in a little bit, see. Maybe one more to the left to make it look nice. Ta-da! So I don't know, you know, people are like religious about never putting actual inline styles in, but I'm not. Most people, I'm not afraid to do that. Because it really literally only applies to this one case, this one button. So why do I put this in a class and assign an ID to this thing and do all that? Just do it right here. And so now, okay, that looks okay, kind of. The color still is terrible. So, all right. I'd been putting this off because, you know, so far it's just got a name and there's no color schemes or anything associated with it, but I guess I'm going to have to come up with a color scheme for the room draw, so let's go ahead and consider doing that. Let's see here. Sorry, 1 second here. Check. Text from my wife, see what she's up to. Oh, there we are. All right. Let's see. Come in here and coolers is a good one. Coolers.co. Yeah, I don't need a link right now. Let's just start the old generator up and see what we come up with. See what we're feeling here. Let's see. Maybe later. Oh, 103 bot a month, 103 Thai baht a month. So that's for the record, that's like a little more than 250, 260, something like that. I would kind of do it, but it's like I don't usually really use it that often. So let's see. Well, that sounds interesting too. Let me check that out. I'm always looking for new icons. You know, it's the thing. We're always looking for stuff to use. So. No one wants to see this. Oh, hey, I have somebody's in my chat. There you go. No one wants to see me looking at colors. All right. All right. What's a good color though? I'm kind of getting bored of all these kind of the usual choices, right? So let's see, maybe we can come up with something different. Maybe like a purple or something if it pops up. Midnight. What does that look like? All right, let's see what this looks like. And let's get the debug stuff out of there. And just to see, okay. I've still got that background. I wonder if I should stick with the background of white or not. The world background right now is kind of a gray. If I go with this, what is that? Does that look different? Oh, and then this is still kind of funky. What's the background for this thing? You've been here since 10. Well, I didn't think anybody was here. But I'm glad somebody's here. So like I said, we have somebody in the Discord chat. So that's cool. So somebody has been paying attention. What do you want to see then? Since you're here, since you're my one viewer, I guess you can tell me. What do you want to see me do? You don't want to see me pick out colors? Even though that background's bugging me a lot. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do this, I guess. We're going to do this. We're going to lock this one in, I guess. See what else pops up. Add some random colors in here, see what shows up. It is now. Yeah, the background is in fact white. It was gray before. It was like a really kind of a very light gray, but now it is in fact white. So I did make that white. But I'm looking for a color to pick, basically as kind of a logo color too, right? Because I mean, eventually I'm gonna have to draw a logo for this thing, and so I want to come up with a color that I can use to brand it or whatever, just so people see the color and they're like, oh, that's that's the cooler, or that's the draw color, whatever that would be. What about that? I saw one a couple of things ago. Magic Mint. What does that feel like? Okay, let's see here. Boy, that's terrible. Yep, I'm not gonna go with that. Should I go for a shade of this thing? Is that what I should do? Maybe. Yeah. Maybe go to a lighter shade of this. Copy that one. Copy that. I don't know. It's kind of okay. It's like, I don't know if it's the best thing in the world, but not that thing, but let's go over here to this thing. Okay. You don't see color, you only see white. Interesting. You mean like when I'm over here in the app, you don't see, you can't see this color here? Maybe if I make it really big. Yeah, see it's like that purple, kind of a lilac color or whatever there. Alright, let's see. So we add white, we'll add black too, because it's nice to see what. See, that actually looks okay in black. It looks okay in white. White looks okay on that. What about this rose? Weird rose color does not work. So yeah, those kind of work together, but not really. Looks too much like the Green Goblin, I guess. All right, nice. So you do see it. Okay, cool. I'll keep that one for a second. Nah. Nah, too close. Yeah, it's terrible. So now you can see it. Okay, cool. Awesome. There we go. Yeah, this does not work well at all together. Oh, yeah, that hurts my eyes. Let's see. No, I don't think so. Orange, yeah, that's too much. I wonder how much I can get done just using... I want that purple, though. Am I really sold on the purple yet? Macaroni and cheese, maybe? What does macaroni and cheese color look like? My problem with as a designer is like I'm not a designer. That's my big problem. But my other problem is it's like I'll know it when I see it. You know, it's like I'll know that I like something when I see it. You like the light blue, huh? This light blue here? All right, let's see what it looks like. Well, it's not terrible. It's just, okay. Yeah, actually, it's not bad because it's not very obtrusive. I like that. That it's kind of blends into the background. I'm looking for something that's not going to stick out too much because I want to focus mostly on what's on the screen, right? And the tools are just there when you want to add something or, you know, change your mode or something. So, okay. Light blue, huh? Well then, yeah. Wait, that's white. Oh, there we go. All right, since you are the one that's in my server, you get to pick. So we're gonna go with light blue. So this is the official color. Nice. Let's see here. How does it correspond with the grid? It's very close to the grid color I had picked earlier, but not really the same. Let's go ahead then, since we got a color. That's cool. Let's make the buttons do something like when I'm hovering over it or whatever. It'd be nice if it would change somehow. So let's add some hover effects or whatever. And let's go back in here. What can I do? I think I'd have to change the opacity or something like that. How about that? Like, nah, that's not doing anything. Oh, I think I have to do this actually. Yeah, there we go. So maybe I should reverse those. This is the infinite whiteboard. Yes. So for those of you who are joining late, we'll do a quick recap of what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is, like, this is my whiteboard, right? So let's suppose I drop this SVG in there, right? That's all cool, right? So, but, you know, what if I want to zoom in and then for some reason I want to do that? And then if I want to keep zooming in and, you know, find a bathtub or something, you know. Oh, there's a little bathtub. What if I, furthermore, put this guy in the bathtub? And then put this guy in the bathtub, or this girl in the bathtub. Like, and then I back out. So yes, this is the infinite whiteboard. This is the plan. Is I want to be able to, basically the idea is, you know, if I'm working on a project and I want to do brainstorming or something like that, I want to be able to drop images in here. I want to be able to put text notes on things, and I just never want to run out of space, right? So it's like, oh, you know, it's like, I want to be able to put a note here saying, you know, this mouth looks weird or something, and then be able to scroll back out. I was like, okay, you know, there's that, right? So that's kind of the vision, right? I think this is going to be good. I'm going to switch this. That's what I'm going to do, and then it'll be fine. So basically, so So normally the opacity is going to be 0.5, and then when you're hovering, it's going to be 1.0. There we go. So now, see, and then I'm going to have to, when it's active, I'll do something else. I'll do like, yeah. All right, so let's see. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. I think it's going to be cool once it's done. There's just a lot to do to make it work, but let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it, when it's active, it's going to be, I'm going to create a new UI active color. How about that? And the UI active color, let's see, because this is the normal color. The UI active color, I can't get much lighter than that. I guess it's going to be a thing, so. I wonder if I could do this. I wonder if I could go to, let's try this. I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to make the normal opacity 0.25%. I'm going to make hover 0.75%. So when you're hovering, and then when I click it, active will be 100%. Bloop. Okay, so that kind of works. And you know what I also could do? Yeah, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah. If I fill that hand, I think it would work better. You like that? I think that's good. Yeah. So basically, hover and then blip, 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 blip. I'm gonna fill that hand because it would look better if it was filled. So let's go ahead into my old editor again. Use good old Affinity Designer. Okay, so there's some random empty frame here I don't care about, right? Or, oh wait, not that. Okay, actually that matters. Let's see. So we're gonna go to the point editor, and I think I just delete them all, and my life will be fine. Oh, not like that though. Not like that. Nope, not like that either. The trick is knowing exactly how much I can get away with deleting. Yeah. Doesn't look like a hand anymore now. Looks just kind of like a cactus or something. I don't know. I just could fill the inside with something else, maybe. Can I do that? Try and fill here. Let me think about this. There's a way to do this. Create a rectangle here. What am I doing? Okay. Now, what if I subtract those guys? Yeah, that kind of worked. That did kind of work. It may not look like it worked, but it did kind of work. Okay, so I need to copy that. Okay. So now I can do that. So this and that, right? Subtract. Now over here, let's hide this for a second. Now, no color pilot button. Not sure what that means. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to explain. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see, how do I separate these guys? I'm trying to like. Oh, that didn't do it. I know what I've done, but maybe you can still fix it. Maybe. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. Okay. A real designer can do this much more efficiently than I can, but I'm not a real designer, so. Okay, so now, show my curve again. There we go. So now I can fill this bad boy with what color? Just slightly, like, kind of like that maybe. Okay, so I'm going to save this source file as save it there, and then we got to export this bad boy as an SVG, and we'll export it to yep. Alright, now let's see what we got. Okay, it's kind of okay, except I want the fill to be, I probably want to make the fill to be our UI color, maybe, or just like a slightly darker shade of our UI color or something like that. Let's see. Whoop. Yeah, I just gotta get the right color in there. So let's go with that's our UI color. I think I can pick it as how do I do that? There's a way to where's the RGB value? Yep, RGB hex. Okay, so the color is AED4EB. AE 4BE, is that right? Yeah. Alright, that's the one. And we'll switch back to RGB again, or actually we'll switch back to color wheel, I guess. And we can drop the opacity down a little bit, maybe. So that's that. Okay, now I just got to fill this bad boy. Where are my swatches at? Okay. But let's make this Yeah, we'll see how it looks. A little bit darker blue. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Let's save this and see what it looks like. I think it's going to be the same. Export this SVG. Export to the right place. Yep, definitely. Whoops. Yeah. What is that color? It's like a weird greenish color. It's not the right color. Oi. Can I do that? Hold on. There. Is that the right color? There we go. Now, if I go to back to the old color wheel or the color boxes. Let's see. Yeah, well, let's just try this. Okay, export that bad boy. Yes, please. Yeah, see, now it is the same though. So I need to make it, yeah, different. Yeah, let's see, so let's make it a darker. All right. Export. Oh, actually, I kind of like that. That kind of works for me. So I'm gonna roll with that for now, I guess. Once again, you know, I know I get abstract, I get kind of distracted by this kind of stuff, but it's slightly fun, or I wouldn't do it, right? I'm gonna go with this the darker blue there. So let's grab that RGB, and we'll call this UI accent or something like that. Right. And save that off. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, so, I mean, it seems like we haven't done much, but here's the deal. It's like getting the color scheme together, getting the UI, you know, toolbar infrastructure. Now I can add a new tool. So, I mean, maybe that's the next thing. Let's see. Should I add a new tool? I'll tell you, you know, the one I should probably add is move or something like that. But honestly, what I've really been missing this whole time is the ability to add text or post a note on this thing. So let's work on the post-it. Let's do a post-it note next. So let's see here. The good news is a post-it note icon's pretty simple. Should be able to find one of those pretty easy. Or even, I mean, really. Like this one here, I guess, right? What's the licensing? Creative Commons? CCO is what? It's Clippy? Yeah, Clippy. I'm going to grab Clippy. Alright, I'm thinking that this license is, yeah, pretty permissive, right? So let's grab this bad boy. Okay, so over here. Okay, So now we got a note icon. Let's go ahead and add a button for that. And we can do that in here, right? Is that right? Yep, okay. Somebody misses Clippy. Yeah, Clippy had a love-hate relationship with Clippy, but all right, let's see what we got. Okay, so first of all, I can tell that I need to fix this because this padding actually looks okay. Maybe. Let's see what we got here. So should we fill this one too, like we filled the other one? I guess we could. Let's go see if I can do that. Yeah, I know nobody really wants to see me using using my designer program, but I'll kind of keep doing it anyway, I guess. All right. So what I want to do is I want to fill this with that accent color, right? Show. Let's see. That's the easiest way to do that. Once again with this bad boy. And do I have swatches still? Well, let's see here. I do have the RGB color. Or I can simply grab it this way. Okay. All right. Sorry, my glare is gonna have to close my curtains, man. It's getting really bright here. All of a sudden, can't see. Okay. All right. So now we got that. We got that. Bring this to the top for a second here, and do this. Let's subtract. Why can't I subtract? Why not? Oh, I do not want a group. Subtract. Okay. Hide those for a second. Okay. All right. So we delete some stuff. Whoop. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Nope. Okay. Now, if I can fill this bad boy. It just completely disappeared. Now I just, yeah, this is how it works. I have to fill this thing somehow, but I've done something wrong. Let's see. I wish I was, but is it not a closed figure anymore or something? Or oh man, did I also lose my copy? Ah, damn it. All right, we're going back. All the way back. Okay, let's see here. Backwards. Yep, thanks for coming. Yeah, let's try it. Try to talk in the morning. So anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. And yeah, anybody else is out there, say something. If you see something, say something. But let's see here. I'm going to hide this for now. Okay. So really, what I want to be able to do here is edit this thing. Okay. And that's good. Now we got what I want. Now I have what I want. Yes. So we're going to save this thing as up one in here. And we're going to export this bad boy. And we're going to call this node icon.svg. And actually, we need to put it into the server. Here we go. Replace it. Yes. And okay. Now if I go back in here, yep, okay. Okay, so that looks better. I'm liking it. I wonder if I should have filled this with the same blue color though. That would have been nice, huh? Alright, let's fix it real quick. Go ahead and get in there and edit it. So now I think I can get away with simply and that's it. Yep. Now export this bad boy. Export it to the right place. Replace that. Yeah, see, that does look terrible. Okay, so now we got... Yep. Now I've got a note thing, so... Sorry, there we go. Alright, so the note. Let's... is it really a button or is it something I want to drag onto the screen? I think, even though it's going to be a little unclear from the UI, but it's like, if you click it, then I got to position it, right? There will be modal or something, and I don't really like that. So I think, it's either that or if you switch to note mode, wherever you're at, you can click and leave notes, which would be kind of whack. But maybe that would work. Let's see. So maybe it's a mode. Maybe you're in hand mode, and then you're in note mode, and just wherever you happen to click, you're going to leave a note. All right. Let's do modal stuff. Okay, so the other thing about that is now... I can change this to show that, see, okay, so there is already a mode. Where's the mode set currently? The mode is set here. So, that is a consequence. That's a problem with taking the toolbar out of the view. I wanted it to participate with this class. I wanted it to have this mode as part of it. So how could I do that? Either I got to move my toolbar back inside of my view, or I promote this mode to a higher level element. So let's see. How am I going to handle that? I'm thinking. I mean, the pros and cons before, the reason I took it out of the view is because of all that pointer capture voodoo that's going on. And it was just easier to be able to separate them. So, The only thing that kind of bugs me about this mode change stuff is, well, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to move the mode out. So that's what I'll do. I'll just move the mode out of the view itself. So let's get in there and see how I did that. And then, okay. So what I did was I added an attribute for this, and now we're going to get rid of that. So no, you no longer set the mode directly through here, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is still going to work. Let's see, we get current list class, okay. Okay, so the only trick about this is that it's looking for a class on the current element, and I really wanted to look anywhere on the tree for that. So let's do this. Yeah, okay, I can make this happen. So the logic I want to implement is this. Right now, if the view has mode, anything with the list class of mode, like mode pan, mode note, mode move, mode whatever, then it returns the second part of that class, and that's the actual mode you're in, right? But it only looks at the current element right now. And actually, did I put that? Yeah, I did put that on the element, right? So what I want to do is I want that class to be able to be on any parent element too. So basically, I'm going to move mode pan up to main, for example. And then so the view will still be in pan mode because the parent is in pan mode, right? And so all I really got to do is modify this little function right here. Let's see. Okay, so. Okay. Right. So, all I got to do is make this thing now act on. There we go. Actually, so let the element equals this, right? Okay, wait. How can I structure this? Whoop. You know what we could do? Let's do some recursion. If we didn't find anything on this element and let's see, closest, I think, right? So I actually want the next. Okay, so this gets a little complicated. Let's look at plain HTML. See, this is how things happen. It's like things kind of snowball, right? So closest, I have closest element, right? This gets a little funky because I want to look at my parent elements, but I also want to cross into the light DOM if I have to. So that's the tricky thing. It's like basically you want to walk up the shadow DOM tree, but then you want to jump out into the light DOM and then follow the light DOM tree up. So I think closest, yeah, I can use closest element still. It's just going to look a little weird. But where am I? Right here. This dot closest, if not v. Okay, let's do it this way. E equals v. Let's see. If not v, slightly inefficient. This dot closest element star, which means basically find my closest parent, right? Doesn't matter what it is, right? Or actually, well, no, I can't do that because I can't do a wildcard search for classes, which is unfortunate. I think it's getting to be a thing that would be useful. But so I'm looking for the nearest parent. So if I don't have a value and there's a parent, v equals, let's see, return. Okay, so this isn't going to work either exactly because main is not part of this. It's not an element. So, all right, let's think about this some more. See, can you do while loop in JavaScript? I kind of forgot. The problem of having done so many languages is sometimes I forget. Do while is a thing. How cool is that? All right. So, okay. And let's see. Okay. Now let's see here. So if there's a closest element function, then otherwise parent element. Okay. Now okay, so as long as there's still some place to look and we haven't found anything, then we do that. Okay. So this is funny. I have not used a do while loop in seriously a very long time because it's frequently there are other ways to write it, but in this case I think it's going to work. So, and also v is going to be an issue because v needs to be defined up here, right? Okay, so we try and find a class. If we don't find a class, and we set the parent every day, we set up the next iteration every time anyway. But if we did find something, we drop out and we return that. Okay, so let's see if I broke the world with this already. No, I guess we're still in the right mode. Did not break the world there. So the next stage would be, wait a minute though. Yeah, okay. So now, yeah, get current classless mode or pan. Okay, there we go. Now we no longer set the mode here. Okay, mode. Mode gets used a lot. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. Broke. Let's see. What did I break? Cannot set a property. Okay, right. Okay, there we go. And that is in the initialization. Okay, so just got to change the initialization for this thing. Visual Studio Code is so smart. It knew that was the thing, right? Okay, so now we are no longer in mode pan because, oh wow, what's going on there? That's weird. So now I'm capturing and I'm never releasing, and I just kind of broke everything. So that's okay. I guess we'll work it out. Okay. I really hate that why can't I make this thing? Let me fix the taskbar here. And then there we go. All right. I really want to. Hey, what happened to Discord? Did Discord just spontaneously exit or something? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's still there. Yeah, I guess we gotta leave it there. Okay. I can close that down too now. I don't need that. Sorry if this is too small too. I never really considered that. Make it a little bit bigger. All right. Okay, so let's get this mode stuff sorted out. Okay. So let's go in and see. What is main view mode right now? What? Why can't I hit enter? Okay, this is hinky. I broke Chrome. So let's start it up again. Okay, so before I even consider clicking in there, I'm not going to click because I'm afraid it's breaking Chrome at the moment. Main view.mode returns nothing. Oh God, I know what I've done. I think I know what I've done. Guess what I did? I haven't done this in a while either. I believe I've created an infinite loop. Let's see. Let's go in here and see where my infinite loop is. Yeah, I think it's an infinite loop. So let's close this. Go in here and fix my infinite loop. The question is, how did I create the infinite loop? Okay. All right, so up here we have get, what's the class? What was that called? What did I call that thing? Okay, get current. Current list class. Okay, get current list class. Let's read this logic because this is obviously, I think it's causing an infinite loop. So let's see how I did that. Okay. So initialize, that is undefined. This is, EL is this, okay. So, okay, so we try and get the mode on the current element. And then we set, let's see, if that closest element function exists, we try and get our closest element. Oh, I wonder if it'll return our self. Oh, is that the problem? I bet that's what's going on. Let's test that in theory. I can test that pretty easily, actually. 8,000. Yeah, let's look at this real quick. So closest. Yeah, it returns itself. That's why. Okay, so So the question, yeah, that's actually okay. So that's an issue. So let's do this. Okay. So okay. That might do it. Okay. Now the mode's still not right, but let's see here. But it is in the right mode. That's good. Okay. So actually it is in the correct mode and it is actually working. It's just the style's not there, so we're not seeing the pan. We're not seeing the grab hand or anything like that. So let's fix that. It's defaulting to the pan, that's why. So, but I can fix this now by coming in here and defaulting. And it's still not quite right, but we can make this work. Let's see here. Okay, host is in mode pan. Yeah, right. That should be right. Yeah. Yeah. So why isn't that working? Mode pan, right? Is it host context? I think it's host context. Yeah, that's right. That's what I needed there. There we go. So it's basically saying if the host or any of its parents are in that class. So that's a big distinction. Host only looks at the actual host element. So you do the selector and it's like it had to be actually on the host itself. But host context means if any of its parents have that class as well. So that's right. So now we got our cool hand. We got all that. And we're kind of back. Looks like we haven't gone very far, but here we have gone somewhere because now I think I can, what I want to do is like show which one of these guys is currently active. So I'm going to change the background color or something to show who is presently selected. So I can do something about that. Let's think about what I want it to look like. So set the background color to what? I know we got all kinds of colors set up here, right? But we got that. Yeah, let's see. Maybe it's time to come up with something other than that dark blue. So what would look good there? Like a like a green or yellow or something like that, maybe. What does green yellow look like? Looks kind of terrible, honestly. Let's see. I can actually kind of play with it a little bit. Let's see. So this guy here. Let's give him a background color. Yeah, that's awful. But yeah, that's terrible. Actually, I want to put it on the button anyway, so. Oh, is that being overridden by this, I guess, or what? So yeah, I'm not liking Bisq much, but let's see. You know, this kind of a green, this kind of I don't know, it may not be terrible. Let's kill that color, but these I can almost see that. All right, let's try this one. DFC, basically let's do DFC. So let's go with this is actually going to be like UI active color, yeah. DFC. All right. So now I can style the background of that button. So let's find button. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So now when it's active, host active button. Yeah, I don't need to do this anymore. Well, actually, I guess I do. Yeah. Okay, so now actually on hover. Isn't that what I wanted? Was hover? No, not hover. Active for sure. Wait, hold on. No. None of these. That's what I want. Let's see. Okay. This property actually needs to be set. How can I make that? Let's see. Okay. None of that. None of that. Let's see what we got here. So the trick is the light dom. Let's see. See, I was kind of hoping to just be able to do all this in CSS, right? So, for example, let's fix this. So I've got the mode pan here, right? So let's do this. Now I'm going to have to give this an ID or a class or something. So that's round. Pan mode. Let's see, pan mode on. Let's see. No, that's not right. Okay, let's call that. We'll call that. Okay. So the way I can do this now is so now what I can do is Now you see what it did. It did change the background, right? But not exactly the way I wanted, right? So I need to, let's do this. Now I can come in here. Okay, so now I did get that fixed. Now here's the issue though. I want the background to be visible here, but I don't want it to be visible out here. Right, so how do we deal with that? Let's think about it. The tricky part is the button itself is not part of the slot, but maybe it should be. Is that the trick? Maybe that is the trick. So instead of doing that, we'll do well, but I have to do slotted, right? I can't do that then. Okay. See, this is a trickier problem you would think, right? I mean, then this comes up a lot, but it's like, see, this entire element now has that background, that green background color, right? But this button is clipping all this, right? So the button only extends to the circumference of the circle, but the background color of the background element is still visible here. And so to get rid of that, there aren't that many options. One option is kind of crappy, but I could create a masking image or something, right, to mask it out. The reason I want to do this is because it is really, I think it's super clean to be able to do this, to be able to say basically, hey, you know, when we're in pan mode, you know, set the background color of these things to that, right? Well, what if I do the other thing? It's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and move the button out of the shadow DOM into the light. Let's see how that goes. It's gonna cause some problems probably. Actually, I just gotta do that. Okay, so now when I come back in here, I mean, it's not a terrible thing to do, I guess. Because now I have more control over things, like I said, like the area properties and stuff for accessibility and everything, so. Yeah, that's not exactly what I was looking for, right? So to do the styling I need to do, I'm going to have to come back into here. So back where it used to be. Host round. Okay. Is that going to work? Yeah, that did work. Can I do that? No, it didn't do anything, right? Okay, so yeah, because slotted only works to yeah, slotted only works with the first child. That's the trick. So it's like, because this SVG is inside the button, I can't style it inside here, right? But I can style it out here. So maybe I'll just do that. So I'll say like, well, that almost looks right. Not quite though. Let's go and grab these styles here. So it's really kind of just, you know, changing who and what is going to be in charge of the styling, right? Oh, I know why this is so huge, because of that, right? Okay. So now the next bit is, what else I need to do? You know, maybe I'll just leave this all up to the caller. How about that? But wait, where's my host active, right? Okay. I can do this though, actually. Go with flex. All right, so that's interesting. I'm not sure exactly why that happened, but let's see. So let's fix some of this other stuff here. So let's fix this button styling. Okay. And background. Okay. So it's starting to look better again, I guess, kind of. All right. What is this in? Oh, I didn't change. Let's see, how Tools is what? So what's the display for that? It's like I should have given it a display of. Well, I probably will end up giving it flex eventually, but yeah. What's up with that display block? Well, yeah, display block, right? Yeah, okay, that's cool. Oh, it's because I made those display block? I bet that's why. So now since they're blocked, then I'm getting that vertical alignment stuff going on. I was picturing them going across the top, but we'll see. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's see here. And I do have that. Let's do margin, I guess. Is that right? No, that isn't going to work. So if I want to add some margins to this thing, I will have to do it to the children. So can I do that? Like host. Actually slotted. That's it. Nope, that didn't work. Do I have to do that? Slotted star. Oh, because I got to go up to this level, right? Oh, is that lower priority? Interesting. Okay, that's why. So the slotted styling is lower priority than the light DOM styling stuff. So that's fine, I guess. Although I don't really like that. Man, would I have to use important? I've managed to make it this far in my career. I've never used important ever. I mean, I could do that, but man, that's just dirty. I don't like that at all. Yeah, I mean, that's ugly. That's super ugly. I guess I need the first time for everything, but is there a way to make it more specific? I don't know about that. What if I just played games with like slotted? If it's a slotted button, how about that? Did that fix the specificity? No, not enough. It's so funny to me that that even this like generic like this generic top level rule is higher specificity than the slotted rule. But I guess Shadow DOM is just lower priority because they don't want you to tromp on. You know, it would be really confusing to people outside of your component if they couldn't change the margin, I guess. It would be kind of weird. But yeah, it's like yeah. All right, I'm gonna roll with this important thing, and we'll just have to live with ourselves, I guess. And then didn't that make? I thought where's my active style? So let's fix that. Yeah, right. And it's like. Yep. Bloop. Blink. Maybe I'll make that like 65, just a little bit dimmer, so it's even more pronounced when you click. Boom, boom. Okay, so we got that done. Now we can actually set a, I guess we could set an actual mode for that so that we can change modes. So let's go ahead and start adding our mode change logic in. First though, I'm going to take a couple-minute break because I'm going to order my lunch. It takes an hour to get here. And when we're done with the stream, I want to be able to eat. So living here in Bangkok's awesome because you can order pretty much anything you want. There's a Grab app, it's called, and they deliver your food. And I'm eating keto right now, so it's a little trickier than usual. But I think what I'm going to go with today's choice will be, do I want a burger? The burgers here are pretty awesome. Let's look for, yep, just get a burger. The standard burger out of, it's near, what is it near? Tapun? No, it's near, it's between Bang Po and, what's the next one over? I can't remember the next station, but it's only like a couple kilometers away. It's really awesome. Oh, I think they open they open at 11 a.m., so I'm not able to find them right now. Oh, wait, did they just open? Like literally just opened. So this is awesome. Let me order my stuff. They also deliver a keto version. That's what since I'm eating keto, I can do that. Going with the bacon bad burger. Bunless. Okay. Throw a fried egg on that. Okay. And I need some sauce. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. You guys are... I'm pretty hungry. I'm gonna have to give me a minute here. Okay, the house-made dipping sauce. We're cool. And... don't forget to place the order. I've done that so many times before, too. It's like I've gotten this far and forgot to click the place order button. All right, so burger is coming. I'm excited. Okay, so we were going to make our mode toggle, right? So let's think about how we want to handle that. Since we're now, we've pulled this out of the view. Before I would have made the view be responsible for this stuff, but since we're no longer in the view itself, we will want to handle this in main probably. So it'll be part of our main app. And whenever there's something like this going on, you know, like these are going to be, there's going to be more than these two modes right now. There's like pan mode, there's going to be move mode, there's going to be, meant to be note mode, whatever. So, let's see. I'm trying to think, you know, because the trade-off is always how much time do I spend doing generic stuff and how much do I make it just, you know, just code it and be done with it, right? So, you know, now that I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I could have done... if I do this, right, then I can make my code react to that, you know. Let's see. So now over here, right, so mode pan, anything, yeah, I can do this like, yep, so that's still set, right? Whenever things don't change, and I expect them to not change, I always have to verify that I actually didn't just use the same code again. Okay, so yeah, so data mode equals pan, right? Yep. And so now, and then I can do the next one, right? I'll do... like this, maybe? Note. Gotta keep saying note. Okay, so mode equals note. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to add a handler to switch modes. So that actually should be pretty straightforward. Let's grab our main file. Where's my main JavaScript file? Pardon me. Okay, so here in init site, we finally get to put something in here. So we'll do okay, and it has a mode attribute. Oh, okay. You know what we're going to do to make my life a little easier? If you look over here, I'm using a main, which is just a standard element. And I have all this cool code I wrote over here. You know, list class. Yeah, get current list class and all that stuff, right? but those only work for my custom elements. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a custom main element just so I can use that, and it'll make my life better. So I'm going to do that. So right after elements, once again, I try and do things in a hierarchical list, so main appears before everything else. Let's do it here. Okay, and let's see, host. Block. Okay, and slot. Go to slot. And script. And that is literally that. So now we'll go back in here. And we'll make this an main. Now, see, this is, I guess this is a little bit different, but it's like, you notice I'm fixing a problem that we haven't even seen yet. See, a lot of times we would have to encounter the problem and then fix it, but I already, before I even wrote this line of code here, I knew it was going to happen, so I took the time to go back and fix this. So that gets a little weird. The longer you do this, the more you're going to end up fixing problems that you haven't even seen yet, because you can anticipate it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's going to happen really soon, so I may as well just deal with it. So, okay, so now, though, since this mode is on here, I can go in here and say, okay, what is that? Let's see. Get current list class, right? Right, okay. And then I have toggle list class, which is awesome. So I can use that, right? So L is the list name and V is the value. So I will go in here and say, oh, and I got to give it, I should give it an ID, I guess. And so we'll give this an ID of, we'll give that the root view, root, yeah, we'll just call it root, good enough. Okay, so root dot toggle, what did I call it? Toggle list class. Mode and I can type it. Mode. Okay. Okay, now let's see what happens. Nothing. But its first step, of course, question is my code being called? So let's go see here. Good news is main.js is easy to deal with, so let's go in there. Oop. Okay. All right, so that is good. Well, okay. Oh, I know why. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so this is classic. The SVG is being clicked on, so right. Okay, so all we got to do is say here's what we do. Const so we find the closest element that has a data mode attribute, right? So call it mode button. How about that? If mode button so if there's a mode button, okay, and now, whoop, ta-da! Did it switch? Well, it switched away from pan, but what else happened? Let's see. Mode null. Okay. This code may have never been executed before. Oh, data mode, that's why. Okay. All right. So now bloop, 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 bloop. So you'll notice the pointer has changed. Things have changed. It's like we're no longer in pan mode. We are in note mode. So that's kind of cool. Sorry, checking on my burger real quick. This is important. It's coming. All right. Okay, so now we've switched from pan mode, and just to verify that, make sure it still works, I guess. Let me grab one of these weird heads and be able to pan around, pan around. Switch to note mode. Oh, nothing's happening anymore. So, I think there's a special pointer for adding something, like for, let's see, let's go look at those pointers real quick and see. The cursor property. Nothing about plus, huh? Copy, maybe? What's cursor copy look like? Yeah, so the plus sign there. Yeah, let's see. Sorry, I'm just, I got a message about my burger. Okay. Now, what do I want to do for this? So when we're dropping a note, should I just have a preview of what the note's going to look like, or just when you click, it just pops up magically or something? I think a preview might be nice, just so you can see what it looks like, you know. And how big it's going to be and everything, because then that would tell you, you know, oh, I want to maybe, you know, scroll in a little bit more or something like that, or whatever you want to do, right? And then, of course, the other big question is, what do these notes, I'm thinking like Post-it notes kind of size things, but, you know, how big are they going to be and all that. So let's go ahead and design a note real quick. Should I change the cursor while we're doing this? Yeah, let's at least change the cursor for now so I know that we're in the correct mode. So we can go into here, and let's say, okay. So if we're in mode note, cursor will be copy. Okay, and now my grab driver is calling me. So I'm sorry, just a second, guys. Buddy cab. Confirm the 3 Rio บางออกครับ โอเคครับไม่เอาขนมปังเลยครับไม่เข้าใจหมดเลยขอโทษนะครับพูดช้าๆครับพูดช้าๆครับผมพูดไทยไม่ดีไม่เข้าใจเลยสั่งให้จะยังไม่รู้ไม่เข้าใจเลยต้อง cancel โอเคครับไม่เป็นไรครับครับ That is a sad story. I think I didn't understand much of what he was saying, but apparently they're closed or something, and they had to cancel my order, which is really sad. I'm super sad about that now. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm going to do about all that. I'm not even sure who called me there. Was it the actual restaurant or was it the driver? Sorry about this, guys, but this burger is important to me. I gotta see what's going on with that. Oh well. We'll see what happens. Okay. Back to this. So I saved this, and if that worked correctly, then when I go into this mode, then now I should see, yep, see the little plus sign thing there. So I guess for now, if I can, I'll just make it so when I click, we'll create a new element. So let's create our new class. Now the cool thing is we're doing the custom element stuff, right? So all I got to do is create a new item. So I already have an item for, I have two items actually. I have an item for SVG and I have an item for image. So let's go ahead and create a new item for note. Okay, let's see here. This is too far. I want to go up here. And so right after, I think this is item SVG, right? So the new item we're going to be creating is going to be a note. So okay. And script. Note. I keep typing note. I type note a lot, so extends item, right? Okay. Now, let's see. Block. Give it a block display, and I think we're going to set an explicit width and height, honestly. Or maybe, well, let's see. This is kind of a trick we can do, but let me think about this. I wonder what will happen if I do that. If I set a width, like, we haven't really looked at this on mobile, but I do want it to eventually work on mobile. So, you know, it's kind of crazy to make that small, but, you know, it's like this guy's head. Oh, obviously, I'm going to have to work with my touch events. They are messed up. This is not getting us anywhere, is it? Yeah, so mobile's going to obviously take some work. But, hold on, someone's calling me again. Hello, Cam.ใช่ อะไรหมดเบอร์เกอร์หมด โอ้ lettuce หมดโอเคไม่เป็นไรไม่เอา lettuce ไม่เอาผักไม่เป็นไรไม่เอากงปันเลยกินกิโตใช่ต้อง cancel ออเดอร์ไม่ได้สั่งไม่ได้เลย is that หืมเบคอนแบดหมดเบคอนแบดหมดด้วย just ใส่ของไม่เอาผักไม่เอาอะไรใส่แบบนั้นก็ได้โอเคครับขอบคุณครับ So I thought that was a problem with my tie, but it might have just been a problem with logic because I ordered a burger with no bun. And, it's supposed to be on a bed of lettuce. And they're like, oh, lettuce is, you don't have any lettuce. You can have a bun. I was like, I don't want a bun. And they're like, well, then cancel your order. And like, well, but can't you just put it in a box with no lettuce? and then they kind of went, oh, yeah, I guess we could do that. So anyway, that was an interesting exchange. Like you said, I'm never sure if it's me. That time, it was like 50-50. It was 50% me not understanding what they were saying, but then it was 50% them being confused because it's like, if I want a burger with no bun, if there's no lettuce, that's fine. Just put it in a box with nothing. I just want the burger. Anyway, so back to this. So I did this this quick responsive switch because what was I looking at here? Yeah, I wanted to see roughly how big things were. So let's see. Well, we'll just try it out and see. But I'm trying to think about how big I want to post it to be. Like on a phone, posted probably will take up a good bit of the screen. I mean, it's just going to be like that. So let's try a width of 20 m and height of 20 m. All right, and background color for now. Should we go with classic yellow? Khaki. Yeah, let's go with classic khaki. Let's see here now. Sorry. Now everything's kind of happening. Let's see here. How much time do we have left? We have 30 minutes left, huh? 30 minutes left should be enough to at least get a note up there. Sorry, I'm getting a text about my dad. He had a stroke last year, so kind of have it see what they're talking about. All right. Let's see. All right, so this will create a block. So now let's go ahead and create a way to, well, so we need a little more infrastructure for this. The way to get this into the view is there's a import, I think it's called import, right? I created a function called import item from file. Okay. And what that was for the images mainly, because images are drag and drop and that sort of thing. So for this case, we have item from object, right? So yeah, because this basically the view handles the drag and drop. So this is all internal. So there's no official way currently to bring in and to create an object from outside the view code itself. All right, let's see. So all right. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. It's like, because there are other ways, like I want to support eventually, so maybe, does Notepad support this? I'm not sure. If it doesn't, I know my text editor, I know Visual Studio does that, right? No, it does not. But what about Visual Studio? No, doesn't support it. Okay, well, but something like this, though. Oh, thank you for going crazy with that. It does support it, right? So, you know, so if you drag text in there, we're going to want to be able to capture that. So it's kind of the same deal. So when we're creating a brand new note, it's as if we're dragging an empty item in there, you know? Okay. So let's see, import. Should I implement that first and just let you drag a node in there from the browser? Or, let's go ahead and create a brand new one. So what I want is when you click wherever I click, I'm going to create a node. So I guess well, we know we're in. Oh, actually, so I can put the logic in here in the view because the view knows we are in note mode, right? So I got to go down here and look at this. I created some structure down here to deal with pointer events because pointer events are complicated and there's a lot of different modes to handle them in. So what I did was I created this handle pointer down. This is the main pointer down entry point, and it does the capture, right? And it captures where they clicked initially. and then it calls a function, a local method based on the current mode, right? So like right now there's a pan pointer down handler on this class, and it gets called, right? And then there's going to be, now we're going to create a note pointer. Actually, a note pointer up is what you want to do. So it's like, let's see here. So all right. Let's go ahead and, okay, so sorry, I'm getting another text here. So, is anybody actually watching? If you're watching and you're in Discord, let me know. I guess I can find out. If so, I apologize, but I'm getting some stuff on getting some family calls and things going on. So, it looks like I got 0 views right now. So, when you get all this, Brad, you can just cancel it out. All right, let's see. Okay, sorry about all that, guys. Now, what I was deciding here was, we don't need to set the capture all the time. Like in this mode, when we're adding a note, I actually don't necessarily want to capture. So let's not. So I was trying to think of how to handle that. And even though this would look a little bit weird, I'm going to rewrite this slightly so it's more clear. So if there is a pointer down handler, and that function returns true, then we will capture, and only then, right? Okay. I kind of like visual. It seems like there's a lot of. I'm seeing a lot of lines and stuff in here. It's kind of distracting to me. Like sometimes I just want to see some code. Okay, so let's see. Does that look right? Okay. So what this logic is saying basically is if there is a correct handler function and that handler function returns true, then we capture. So let's go down to handle. Is it handle pan pointer down? I was like, do I have pan pointer down? I don't have a pan pointer down. I have pan pointer up. So we're going to have to add a new pan pointer down. Okay. Now once again, let's see if we broke it. Oh, well, something. I broke something. Oh, okay. Because I... All right, so, yeah, I forgot to change the name up here, so... I guess. Yeah. Yep, this should be item note. That's what happens when you get interrupted when you're coding. It makes things tricky, huh? All right, so this is back. The big question is, capture is still working. That's good news. And you notice the mouse pointer is still the same even when I leave the main window, so I can, yep, do that. Now the question is this. Is it capturing? Was it capturing on purpose there? Let's go see. I mean, it shouldn't be capture. Oh, I bet it's just doing that because... Okay, I guess the developer tools are smart. They don't change the pointer, I guess. So, well, maybe... I guess that's normal behavior. I don't think I'm actually captured there. I can put in a little bit of a debugger to know if I'm doing that or not. Okay. So there we are capturing the pointer. Here we're not capturing the pointer. Capturing the pointer, not capturing the pointer. Okay. Okay. Where am I at? I have about 25 minutes, and I think I can get a note up and at least get a note on the screen by then. So now what we're going to do is we really want to handle a pointer up. We want to handle the pointer up in note mode, right? So okay, let's see. So down here we have pan. All the pan functions are together here. So we're going to add. So we're going to add note pointer up. And do I need the event? I don't know. Yeah, I guess I do. Yep. Okay. And verify it's doing what I think. Note pointer up. But if I come out here, it cancels, right? So if you click and drag out, yep. But if you click in here, click, 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 click. Okay. So now if we're in this mode here, we're going to pardon me, we're going to simulate, so I have a function here. It's like, yep, item from object, right? Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I guess I could do it that way. Or I could just create it from scratch. Let's see. Now, I may as well go through this interface. So we're going to do this. So we're going to do, when we create a new note, the question is what MIME type do I want to give it? And I'm thinking I want to support Markdown. So what is the MIME type for Markdown? Text to Markdown. Yep. All right. So let's go with that. Okay. All right. And now, so I'm not going to pass in any initial data in. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to create a Markdown node. Okay, so now, okay, so right in here, it's going to go to an item note, right? Okay. And then our new item is going to do init from object. So we think we will not have to implement anything because it inherits from the root item. So let's just see what happens. I don't know how far we're going to get here. Did I have an error? Nope, everything's cool. Oh, wait, no, item note. Okay, let's fix that. Item note. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that actually is probably working, but then I still have to put it on the screen, so. Okay. Okay. Now this is some interesting logic here. Okay, so this is the logic I did for the drag and drop stuff, and I kind of implemented a grid function so you could drop things on a grid or whatever. So I should probably lift this logic out into its own function, but I'm just trying to think of how to do that. Like this grid calculation stuff here, right? Or do I just pull this out for now? Just pull this out for now. Okay. So grab all this stuff. This is really all I need. Okay, so all right. So we're gonna say, yeah, okay. And it really should never fail, but we will go ahead and put we'll put an early exit here just in case. Okay. Okay. So we got to get a new position for that note, and then we will set the position and ask if we need to put that back in there. And then we're going to add the item. So let's go back in here. That's a big post-it. Big post-it there. There's obviously a problem with my logic there. I don't know why it's like it's not adding it. It's only adding it. Let's see. probably some display issues, that's why. Okay, so let's figure out how I've got those things set up. Yeah, we're going to need some more styling to get that worked. It's being set in as a block. So let's look at one of the worst problems, I haven't figured this one completely out yet, is I can't have inheritable styles and things, or I haven't implemented that. Maybe I should do it. I mean, I could do it. It's my framework, but you'll see that, like, yeah, we need this styling here. So let's grab that, put it in our note. Actually, is that all I need? Is position absolute? Okay, maybe that is all I need. No, that is not all I need. Let's see. Yeah. Position absolute, and so why is that happening that way? Like if I click over here. All right, time for debugging. Let's see here. Let's see. Init from object. Is init from object being called? Maybe that's the problem. Let's go ahead and add our own init from object thing here. It should, but so we're calling the superclass, right? Okay. Let's go in there and see where we're going with this. Oh. Okay. All right, so let's see. What is the object? Yep, all it's got the MIME type. Okay. It's assigning a random ID. And oh, there's no position, so is that what I did wrong? Oh, but I assigned the position later, so it should be okay then, right? Let's see. Let's take a look at. Okay. All right. Run. Okay, yeah, here's a new position, right? Oh, new position's undefined. Well, why is that? Oh, I know why, because it's brand new, right? Okay, so now new position isn't undefined. All right. Update position. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. All right, fine. Let's just refresh and try this again. Okay, so this one, and then, okay, and then that one, and then, yep, we're setting it again. Okay, so now we are actually in the right place. Okay, so, oh, okay. I know why. Well, maybe I kind of know why. World client width and height. So I think I'm going to have to, yeah, okay. So here's what's going on. This is the default implementation of update position, and it expects, we need to know how big the thing is in order to center it, because basically all the coordinates for all these items are based on the origin of the item, like the center of it, right? So I need to know how big it is in order to position it. But the note, I don't really know how big it is. I know how big it is in CSS units right now because I'm using EM units, right? But I don't know how big it is in pixels. So let's see. I think I have to get the natural height and width, and that's going to be kind of a thing. Let's see. Yeah, so let's go ahead. I wonder if I can do that. I wonder if I can go ahead and create a natural height and natural width. So this dot natural h, natural height, natural width. I wonder if I can just do it as, yeah, I'm going to try it with this client with the client height and see what I get from that. So okay. So we're going to return this dot client width, this dot client height. Let's see where we go with that. At least I know my logic is at least it's being called, right? Oh, okay. And voila, voila, it is being shown. Okay. Let's go back into interesting. So yeah, it's going to require some. There's obviously some more stuff's going to have to be done, but yeah. And they disappear. Goodbye. All right, guys. I'll tell you what. Only got about 10 minutes or 7 or 8 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and call the stream quits tonight because I don't think we're gonna get much further with this. I'm not gonna be able to get much more done, but at least we are now getting a note to pop up on the screen, so that's kind of cool. And I'm probably going to work on this more through the week. And if I get a chance, I'll stream it. If not, we'll just catch up next week and see where I'm at. I mean, it's kind of it's a reasonable size product. It's not going to be trivial, but I'm just kind of excited about it. I want to see how it looks. So hope you guys found something in there that was enjoyable, and stay safe, and I'll hopefully see you all next week.